We're going? Yeah, we're going. All right, guys. Again, this is another video kind of out of boredom, really. But I did tell you all that, I would try to, feed to you, the pieces of my life, and what got me to where I am right now making this video. Of course, most of y'all that have been following me for a little while, I'm an old carny guy, that I was in the carnival business. I can't hardly say that without laughing or choking on it. Well, let me tell you about the day that I got into the carnival business. And please forgive me, I just took a hit off a really good joint. The morning that I got into the carnival business, if you'd have woke me up, if you shook me awake and said, Theodore Kleotstad, the only Theodore Kleotstad in the world, you're going to spend the rest of your life in the carnival business. If I'd have woke up to somebody saying that, I'd have laughed in their face. Carney, be a carney my whole fucking life. Fuck you, That's the craziest. It was not my childhood dream to become a carny and to get into the outdoor entertainment business and the entertainment business. I wasn't an artist, I wanted to be a charter boat captain. That was kind of my childhood dream was to be a charter boat captain. Went into the Navy. I tried to get into the Coast Guard, but they had this big, long line waiting list. I had to wait like 2 years before I could get out. I'm like, screw it. And I joined the Navy, which I regret now, but whatever. Anyway, I get out of the Navy, I come back, I work as an electrician for like 4 years, From two of those years, I was in the union electrician. And the job ran out, and I heard somebody say, hey, the Dade County Youth Fair is going on, And when I was a teenager, which I wasn't much past teenage years when this happened, And I remember as a teenager, we used to go down to the carnival down there at the Dade County Youth Fair, and I'd always set up and park cars, and I did try to help tear down a ride one time. I was very unsuccessful. I was a little stick. I was a little guy, man. I was just a kid, man. I only weighed like 120 pounds, and that was on a rainy day. And, I just couldn't hold all that shit. That metal, it just pushed me. It was quite embarrassing. They said, just put your foot here and just hold it right there. And I did that, I did what they said to do, what the carnies told me to do. And, well, my scrawny little foot, they might as well just stuck a fucking coconut right there or something, because, me and a coconut at the time didn't weigh too much different. And, of course, the whole thing fell down. You're a loser. Scared and run me off, Made no money. And so I was just as prejudiced about carnies as anybody. And the carnival's in town, lock up the children, the gypsies are here, I mean, I was just as prejudiced about carnies as anybody else, But the job ended, and I went down there, and, I figured, we'll park some cars or something, we need money, I still got bills, blah, blah, blah. I had a house there in Coral Gables. Very expensive fucking area to live in, let me tell you. Anyway, I'm walking around the Midway, looking for a job, and this guy rolls up on me, and his name's Terry Lee. His name is Terry Lee, and I still know this guy to this day. And he's a crazy son of a bitch. scraggly long hair. He doesn't look now like he did when I met him. We were all young back then. But he had this long, scraggly hair, tattoos, just covered in grease, you know. And he rolls up on me in this golf cart. Hey, you looking for work? And I'm like, yeah, you know. What's your name? And of course, I was, you know, in my mind, you know, this is a fucking carny guy, you know. I'm not going to give this guy information, whatever. And so I just blurted out. I blurted out my initials. I said, I'm TC. TC, Top Cat, huh? You afraid of heights? Like, well, you know, no, not really. You know, I mean, you know, what do I know? I'm only fucking 25 years old. What the fuck do I know? Whatever. He's like, get in the golf cart. I'm gonna take you to the guy that'll give you a job. So you know, already, I'm leery, you know, but I get in the golf cart, and he takes me to a man named John L. Marconi. I would wind up working for this family for like 11 years. I would work for these people, for this family. John L., he, even Terry Lee was telling me, the guy, the greasy carny guy that put me in the golf cart, his name was Terry Lee, and I still talk to him today. And he would say, don't worry, you're gonna, you know, don't be scared of this guy. He's scary, but, you know, don't be scared, you know, you know, we need help, and so don't be scared. And I'm like, why are you telling me not to be scared, you know? I mean, what the fuck you... He's like, look, man, when you see this guy, he's got this gray stripe in his mustache. Don't stare at it. He gets personal about it. Just listen to what he says, man. He'll give you a job, man. You'll make money. I'm like, all right, you know, all right. And he stops in front of this. He stops in front of this bunkhouse, or it wasn't a bunkhouse. It was a trailer. It was an actual trailer, you know. Hey, I got one for you. I'm like, oh, I'm the one. You know, what am I doing here? What am I doing here, man? You know, had I known any better what was going to happen to me for the rest of my life, I would have run away right there. But I didn't. I stood there. I stood my ground. And comes out John L. Marconi. He looks me up and down. Gonna have to lose the earring. You're gonna have to cut your hair. Will you travel? I was kind of in a bad relationship with this girl anyway. So I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? You know, You know, all right, now, man. Go back to Terry Lee and get to work. And I would work for that man for 11 years for that family. It wasn't just him, it was his whole family. They had their own little concession. The show that we worked on was called Cumberland Valley Shows, which does not exist anymore. When I got into the carnival business, I used to brag about, man, you know, I could change shows every week and never see them all because there was like 1,500 of them out there, you know, across this great nation of ours. But now, you know, when I got into the business in 1990, John L. Marconi and his family, they told me, you know, that it was a dying business. And I didn't believe them. I didn't. Because we made so much money back in the 90s, man. I miss the 90s so much, man. I mean, I just, gosh darn, everything I put my fingers to, poof, would turn to gold. And now everything I touch turns to shit. I don't know how to fix it, man. I don't. Anyway, you know, I worked for this family for a long time, you know, and they taught me the ways of the world. They did. And I would wind up staying in the carnival business my whole life. And that's kind of how it happened, you know. And I have no regrets about it. The carnival taught me a lot of stuff, man. I mean, I can pretty much fix anything except technology. I have ridden bicycles all the way across this country, across 14 states. I've been in 44 of them because of it. I did drive a truck for a while, a couple times. I worked for 2 different trucking companies. Western Express, which, listen, guys, get CDLs because it's good to have a CDL. I mean, it gives you advantage. I mean, it's a coveted license, so I mean, it's good to have one, I mean, it can carry you far, but be careful with them. And if they do take them away from you, don't feel bad about it. Trucking over the road is overrated. It's not like you see in the movies. The indoor entertainment business has made a lot of trucking movies, making truckers look all this cool shit, whatever. But that's not the way it is. It's not. Driving a truck over the road is probably one of the hardest jobs in the world to do. It's very uncomfortable because you're like this all day long. It just beats the shit out of you. And you don't get to really see anything. Oh, you get to travel. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. Because you can't stop to smell the roses. You have to get that load to where it goes, and you got to be there on time. You got to be, you got to be there on time. I mean, it's extremely stressful. It's Hollywood has glorified it, but it's driving over the road, truck driving. I'm not going to do it. She ain't paying me enough for that shit. Fuck it, I'd rather break up my Windex and paper towels and just make a $20 bill to buy some beer and some pizza at the Speedway. Fuck all that. I'm not taking on any more stressful jobs. Every job I've ever had in my life is fucking stressful. Well, I'm not doing it anymore. We're starting this YouTube channel, and we're not going to stress out. We're just going to go with the flow. The mandate is give free advertising to small businesses. We're going to try to get back to that. I've been very lackadaisical about it, but after today, or yesterday, I believe it was, I believe his name was Tom. I believe it's Mr. Tom, and his wood carvings, and that was a beautiful thing. And I hope that people will see on the internet, that guy, and because he gave his phone number and everything. He gave his phone number on the. If y'all want to see some really cool wood carvings, go back to what did I call that one? Oh crap! I get Dane Bramage. Just go and watch my videos, and you'll see the guy, and you'll see he turns tree stumps into fish. And the great white one, you got to see the great white one. Man, if I were him, I wouldn't let that go for less than $2,000. I would want $2,000 for that. No less. Because one day it'll be worth a fucking million. Hold on, guys. I got to light my cigar. Do I look like Clint Eastwood when I do that? Well, how many rounds do I have, punk? 5 or 6? And what do you think? That was my Clint Eastwood impression. All right, guys. It's Christmas Day. Already 14 minutes into this video. I've seen other comedians, on the internet, Christopher Titus, that Fluffy, I love that guy. Bill Burr, sometimes their videos go on for, a couple hours. or some of them even longer. You know, they just keep, you know, it's like a loop. You know, we're gonna tell comedy for, you know, the next 5 hours. It's the same comedy, but we're just looping it. So maybe I'll just make a long video tonight. I'm bored and there's nobody around. Everybody's with their families. God bless them. I'm so happy that, you know, everybody, you know, has somebody. And I'm not saying that I don't have people. I do, man. There's a lot of people out there that love me. They do. It's me. It's not them. You know, I'm the one that's the nomad that travels around. I'm the one that is out of sight, out of mind. You know, I don't have any family. I have no aunts, no uncles, no brothers, no sisters. No, I outlived. You know, I outlived. You know, the people I grew up with. I outlived them all. They were a bunch of jerks. They were, man. They were a bunch of jerk-offs. I didn't like any of them. Well, my cousin Kirk, he was totally cool. But we're not going to talk about him. You know, pretty much you guys, you know, the carnival, when I got into the carnival business, it gave me purpose. Because prior to the carnival business, you know, in the 70s and 80s, you could have filled a dump truck with all the cocaine and Quaaludes and LSD and mushrooms and marijuana. I mean, you could fill a dump truck, you know, with all the shit that I did back then, you know. But in 1990, I got into the carnival business, and I went to work for this family, and even they're gone now. They're all gone now. But the name of the family was called Marconi. There's some funny shit about the carnival business, man. Anyway, the family, you know, they were like, you know, listen, we love you, and we want you to stay with us, you know, but you can't do all that shit no more. You know, it's unacceptable. You can drink, and you can smoke the marijuana, because they drank and smoked marijuana. But they said all that other bullshit, it's off the table. You can't do that shit no more. And so I quit. No AA, no NA, no. I just quit doing all the shit, man. I just quit. I said, I love what I'm doing more than you know, than the drugs, you know. I loved what I was doing, you know, setting up and tearing down carnivals. I mean, I'm like, this is it for me, you know, this is it. Even about maybe, you know, I don't know, close to 10 years or so ago, you know, I went and got, no, it was way more than that. It was like 20 years ago that you know, I even kind of quit smoking the marijuana. Well, I quit buying it anyway, because I went and got CDLs, a commercial driver's license, and, you know, you could be stopped and drug tested at any time, you know, so I even kind of quit smoking the pot. I certainly quit buying it anyway. I have seen this country change so much that it's really, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You know, what's a kind of a word that I can put on how I've seen this country change from when I was a young man? Well, it's certainly more confused. It seems like to me that these young people are very confused, and I'm not sure. That's a lie. I am totally sure as to why young people today are confused. It's not too hard to figure it out. And it's not a conspiracy or anything like that. It's just, technology, once it come along, it start, what's the word? Hang on a minute. I gotta think this out in my head. Expedentiates. I think that's the word, expedentiates. It means that, it doubles on itself all the time. Technology, every day, it's just like this YouTube channel. Every day it grows. I'm amazed that who on earth would watch a fucking old carny, ride his bicycle around the countryside, but they do, and my YouTube channel grows. It grows, every day. And I love it, man. I'm eating it up like bacteria, man. Call me bacteria, man. Don't call me that. No, I take that. I should delete this video right now. But you know what I'm saying. For 1,000 years, we rode around on horses, and then we invented the wheel, but just within a short time, even in my lifetime, the things that I see now, that I see now, that used to be, fantasy, flip phones. I remember the first time I saw a flip phone, are you serious? Can I call Captain Kirk on that thing? I was like, no, but you can call your mom. Captain Kirk would be better. I remember the first time I saw myself on the internet. All right, y'all, if y'all want to see a really good picture of me, and I haven't been able to figure out how to get that picture down to my phone and then to here to my YouTube channel, I haven't been able to figure it out myself. Maybe, maybe the next time I go pay my phone bill, I'll see if one of them kids can help me do that. But the first time that I saw myself on the internet, I was in Beaumont, Texas. It is the South Texas State Fair. It's a great picture, man. It is. It's a great picture. And it would be the first time that I would see myself on the internet. And the guy that I was working for, that was such a sweet job. That was such a sweet job. Anyway, I walk up to him and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And he's like, hey, man. He says, like, hey, man, you made the grade today. You're in the newspaper. I'm like, yeah, so what? Who gives a shit? I've seen myself in 100 newspapers, And he said, no, here, look. And he shows me his phone. And I'm like, what's that? And he goes, well, it's a newspaper. This is the local newspaper. They're on the internet. They don't use paper. And I saw myself for the first time on the internet in Beaumont, Texas. That would be the first time. Now, if you want to see the picture, if you want to see the picture, I'm trying to figure out how to do it, how to get it over here so I can give it to you guys. If anybody knows how to do it, comment to me, and tell me how to do this. But it's a picture of me setting up a ride. I'm a top cat, I'm one of those guys that go to the tops of the rides and puts the tops up and down, I'm like 30 feet in the air. And the name of the fair is, go to Beaumont Enterprise, South Texas State Fair 2019. And that would be the first time that I would see myself on the internet. And I wonder how many times that I've been on the internet and never saw it because I don't, I'm not technologically advanced, It's just like the newspapers, I've seen myself in probably 100 newspapers, and I wonder how many newspapers I've been in and just never saw it, because I don't read newspapers. And I've seen myself on television twice, which makes me wonder again, how many times I wonder that I've been on television and just never saw it because I didn't watch TV, and I don't, even to this day, I don't watch TV. I can't even tell you the last time I was, maybe if I go to a bar or somewhere and I get something, food or something, they got some, that's it, man. I don't watch TV because it's an idiot box, man. I don't watch TV. All right. What else? What else, man? I'm gonna make this a long video. What else can we talk about, man? What's something really cool? I'll tell you something really cool. And now I'm going to tell you about how I started riding bicycles across country and books, I've written some children's books. I know I don't talk about it too much on the channel because I'm not ready to publish yet. And I've written another book, and that's why we're going to Missouri, because the first adult literature book that I wrote, this pasture up in Missouri, is sitting on it. And I'm working on another book right now. All right, let's do this, man. Let's fucking do this. Fuck it, man. Hey, look, guys. If you've managed to listen to me this far, I'm writing a book. And it's a action adventure book, and it's more complicated than what I'm telling you right now. Okay, it's a little more complicated than what I'm telling you. But basically, what the book is about is how this guy builds a space elevator that will go into outer space. A space elevator, you can go up and down. But Homeland Security comes in and steals it from him, murders him and his family, but he gets away. He gets away. They think they've killed him, but they didn't, and he got away. And it takes him 20 years to build an army, which he does. And he does it with state militias. He convinces all these state militias to come together, and the whole battle goes down on Matlacha Island in Fort Myers. I'm already back up to, I had to the reason I haven't published this book already is because I have to keep rewriting the damn thing, because I'll get like halfway through it and then somebody steals my shit, or I drop my phone in the fucking ocean, and life is tough, man. It is. It's tough. But yeah, I'm writing a book about it right now, man. Space elevator. I can tell you about space elevators. I can. On another video. You know what? I'm going to shut this video down and take a break, go drink some beers. I got to go pee. And then I'm going to come back and make another video. And we'll see how this works out. Listen, guys. I'm not going to say Merry Christmas because I'm going to be back in a minute, and I'll say Merry Christmas at the end of this video. This is just a pause. Y'all go and pee and grab another beer, hug the person next to you, tell them you love them, and say Merry Christmas, pour them a glass of wine, or light the joint, whatever it takes. And I'll be back in a minute.